Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something really cool, youth entrepreneurship. And look, this isn't about your parents' lemonade stand. We're talking about a whole new way of teaching that's giving the next generation a powerful toolkit to build whatever comes next. So it really all boils down to this one big question, right? You have this amazing idea, but what's next? How do you actually make it real? Well, it turns out there are some essential building blocks, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Okay, first things first, we've got to kind of shift our perspective here. When we talk about entrepreneurship for young people now, it's so much bigger than just a summer project. Think of it as a new kind of curriculum that's all about teaching core skills for life. And what's so cool about this whole approach is the philosophy behind it. The end goal isn't just about making money. No, it's about building a whole mindset, a way of looking at the world, seeing problems, and feeling like you have the tools to actually do something about them. So, what are we talking about here skill-wise? Well, these programs really zero in on three huge ones. First, financial literacy, just understanding how money works. Second, critical thinking. And third, maybe the most important of all, is straight-up problem solving. I mean, these are skills you're going to use forever, no matter what you end up doing. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Think about it like this. If you're going to build a house, you need a blueprint first, right? Well, a business is no different. And the very first page of that blueprint is all about understanding the world you're about to build in. In other words, market research.
And look, market research isn't just, a quick search online. It's about becoming a detective. You've really got to get inside the heads of your potential customers. What do they actually need? What are their frustrations? That's where you find that sweet spot, that unique space where your idea can really thrive.
And that, of course, brings us to the other side of this whole thing, your competition. This is a key question they ask in these programs. You have to ask yourself, who else is already out there trying to fix this? The point isn't to copy them, right? It's to see what's out there so you can figure out how to do it better or in a totally new way. Okay, so you've looked out at the world. Now it's time for a bit of a reality check. This next part of the blueprint is where you turn the focus inward. This is where you have to get, really honest with yourself and your idea, using a super valuable tool, the SWOT analysis. You've probably heard of a SWOT analysis. I mean, it's a classic for a reason. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Basically, it's a way to get this complete 360-degree view of where you and your idea actually stand. So, how does this thing actually work? It's all about this simple little grid. It just helps you organize all your thoughts. On the top, you've got your internal factors, the good and the bad, your strengths and weaknesses. On the bottom, you've got the external factors, the opportunities and threats that are out there. And that's split between internal and external. Oh, that is the secret sauce. Yeah, that distinction is absolutely everything. The internal stuff, that's what you can control. It's your skills, your team, maybe your budget. You're in the driver's seat for those. But the external stuff, that's the world around you. New trends, your competition. You can't control it, but man, you better be ready for it. Let's put this into practice, okay? Here's a great example. So let's say you're an amazing artist. Boom, that's a strength. You notice on social media that people are really into handmade goods right now. Perfect, that's an opportunity. But you also see there are tons of other people selling stuff online. Okay, that's a threat. See? All of a sudden, you have a map. You know where to lean in and where to watch your back. Okay, let's pull back for a second here. Because these tools we're talking about, market research, SWOT analysis, they're not just for people wanting to build the next big tech company. What they're really teaching is a way to think strategically about, well, pretty much anything. It really comes down to this core process, this loop they teach. Step 1, you learn to look around and spot problems. Step 2, you start coming up with all kinds of solutions. And then step 3, you use tools, just like the ones we've talked about, to actually develop that idea strategically. It's this incredible framework you can use over and over again. And really, this is the main takeaway. This is the big so what. The goal here isn't just to crank out a bunch of new CEOs. It's about building a generation of people who can think for themselves, who can see a problem and feel empowered to do something about it. It's about giving them a toolkit for life. Which, of course, leaves us with one final and pretty huge question. I mean, think about it. When you give an entire generation this kind of toolkit, the ability to think critically, to plan strategically, to solve problems, what kind of challenges are they going to solve? What are they going to build that we can't even imagine yet? Honestly, the potential there, it's just incredible to think about.